Hello there, thinkers. Welcome to another enlightening episode on the Man of Thoughts channel. Here we dive deep into the realms of psychology, unraveling the intricacies of human behavior. Today, we're going to explore a topic that's relevant to us all. 5 social mistakes that make you extremely unlikable. We'll dissect these common errors, shedding light on how they impact our relationships and societal standing. So, without further ado, let's delve into these social faux pas. The first social mistake that can make you unlikable is not listening. Listening is a key aspect of communication, and it's more than just hearing the words someone is saying. It is about understanding and valuing the other person's perspective. It's about being present, giving them your full attention. But when you interrupt or talk over others, it doesn't just disrupt the flow of conversation. It sends a clear message that you're not interested in what they have to say, that you're more concerned with your own thoughts and opinions. Let's take an example. Imagine you're at a social gathering and someone is sharing a story, but you keep cutting them off to share your own. How do you think that makes them feel? Disrespected? Overlooked? It's a surefire way to come across as unlikable. Remember, to engage in a conversation means to listen, not just wait for your turn to speak. The second mistake is being negative. Now we all have those days when life seems to be a battle, and it's only natural to vent. But imagine this. You have a friend named John. Every time you meet John, he's got a new complaint, a fresh criticism. He's the first to point out the clouds on a sunny day, the first to predict doom when things are going well. It's draining, isn't it? And after a while, you might start to avoid John, not because you don't care about him, but because his constant negativity is simply too much. That's the effect negativity can have on others. It's like a dark cloud that dampens the mood of everyone it touches. When we're constantly negative, we not only bring ourselves down, but we also push others away. It's important to remember that our words and attitudes have a profound impact on those around us. Remember, positivity attracts, while negativity repels. The third mistake that can make you unlikable is a lack of empathy. Empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of another, is a cornerstone of meaningful social interactions. Without it, our connections become superficial, lacking depth and authenticity. Consider this example. You're having a terrible day. You've just had your heart broken. You confide in a friend, pouring out your sorrows, only to be met with a dismissive, "Well, life goes on." This response, devoid of empathy, leaves you feeling unheard and isolated. Your friend, rather than providing comfort, comes across as cold and uncaring. Empathy allows us to connect on a deeper level, to acknowledge and validate the emotions of others. It's about stepping into someone else's shoes, seeing the world through their eyes, and responding with kindness and understanding. It's a simple act, but its impact can be profound. Remember, empathy is the bridge that connects hearts. The fourth mistake is being self-centered. We've all met that person, haven't we? The one who, from the moment they enter a room, it's as if a spotlight follows them. They're always the star of their own show, and the rest of us? Merely audience members in the theater of their life. Consider this. You're at a party, and you meet an individual named Alex. Alex is a fascinating character. Always has a story to tell, always has an achievement to share, always has a new adventure to recount. But here's the catch. It's always about Alex. Alex never asks about you, never shows genuine interest in your life, your experiences, or your thoughts. Alex, in essence, is a solipsist, and the world revolves around his axis. Now, it's not wrong to take pride in your achievements or to share your experiences. But when it becomes a one-man show, when the conversation becomes a monologue rather than a dialogue, that's when it crosses the line into the realm of narcissism. A person who only talks about themselves, who only shows interest in their own life, can come across as self-centered and unlikable. It's not a pleasant experience to feel like a prop in someone else's narrative. So, consider this a gentle reminder. The world doesn't revolve around any one person. Be interested in others, ask about their lives, listen to their stories. Remember, a conversation is a two-way street, not a monologue. The fifth and final mistake is not respecting boundaries. Now, this one's a doozy, folks. We've all had those moments where we've felt our personal space being breached, whether it's someone standing a little too close for comfort or a friend who doesn't understand the concept of too much information. Let's take a moment to understand the importance of boundaries. Picture a garden, your garden. It's a place where you cultivate your thoughts, your feelings, your very essence. Now imagine someone trampling all over your flowers, or worse, plucking them out without your permission. Feels terrible, right? That's exactly how it feels when someone invades your personal space, whether physically or emotionally. Personal boundaries are like the walls of your garden. They protect your inner self, your personal space. They delineate where you end and where another person begins. They are crucial for your emotional health and well-being. When someone disregards these boundaries, it feels as if they are disrespecting you as an individual. Let's dive into an example. Imagine a colleague of yours. Let's call him Bob. Bob has a habit of reading over your shoulder while you're working. He doesn't understand why it's a big deal. It's just work after all, right? Wrong. This is a clear violation of your personal space. It can make you feel uncomfortable and disrespected. Bob's actions are intrusive. They show a lack of understanding and respect for your personal boundaries. Even if Bob doesn't mean any harm, his actions can make him seem extremely unlikable. It's essential to remember that everyone has different comfort levels when it comes to their personal space and privacy. What might seem harmless to one person could be a major invasion of privacy for another. So, the key takeaway here is this: understand and respect personal boundaries. Be aware of your actions and how they might affect others. If you're unsure, it's always better to ask than to assume. Remember, respect for boundaries is the foundation of any healthy relationship. So, there you have it. The 5 social mistakes that can make you extremely unlikable. They are not listening, being negative, lacking empathy, being self-centered, and not respecting boundaries. These behaviors can push people away, but the good news is, they're all habits we can change. Let's challenge ourselves to be more mindful and considerate in our social interactions. Remember, it's not about being perfect, but about being aware and considerate. Stay thoughtful, and we'll see you in the next video.